This video is going to cover how to make a key tag with the positive shaped letters and a border that holds it all together. I'm going to create a new design, and in that new design, make sure you save it. Always save at the start. Make sure it's in an appropriate folder. Now once we've got it saved, we're going to create a new sketch, and I'm going to sketch on the top plane. From the top plane, we're going to create text, and I'm going to start at the origin and drag a box out. It doesn't really matter what size it is at the moment. Now, just like in my other videos, once you've got the text written, select the text and then select the size that you'd like it. I think I used 20 in the last video. The other thing you can do is choose your font. Just make sure it's a fairly bold font, otherwise this is not going to work. I'm going to give this font a go. Now you can see that, like, if I zoom right in, it looks really large. If I zoom right out, it looks really small. So we don't actually know what size this font is at the moment. We'll fix that now by clicking OK. And then if you click this kind of corner and drag in like that, you will get it kind of sitting just enough in line with the letters. Now I'm going to use the dimension tool. Just before I do that though, just check. See if it kind of like moves diagonally. You can put what they call a constraint on. So if I use constraint and use this horizontal and vertical constraint and click the bottom line, it will kind of snap to being horizontal like that, which is good. Now, what's next? Let's quickly do the dimension tool. So from the dimension tool, click the outside line and then the other outside line, and then drag up to the top. So this one at the moment is 114 long. I'm going to put 100 in there, and I'm going to see what this is here. So that's 20 high at the moment. That's good. So we might need to make this font a little bit smaller. To edit that font, I'm going to press Escape on my keyboard or right click and go Cancel. That gets my cursor back. I'm going to double click on the blue part of the font. I'm going to select my font by double clicking or dragging over it, and I'm going to change this one down. So now it's just a little bit more than 100. Remember, the border is going to take up a bit more space in this one too. So double click, might even go down to 16 on this one. Not 168, 16. There we go. Right, one more time. Sometimes if you don't press enter at the right time, you don't get what you want. So that gives us a fair bit of space. It's about at 80 at the moment. I'm going to click Finish Sketch down here or up in the Finish Sketch tick box. And now I'm going to extrude the font. So some fonts you're going to have trouble extruding. If it fails at this point, you have to go back and choose another font. It looks like this one's going to be okay. So I'm going to go 3mm and enter. So if I cut this on the laser cutter, each piece would be an individual component. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create a sketch, and this time don't select any of the letters, but select this plane here. That is going to be our drawing plane, and we're going to draw a border around it. So I'm going to use a rectangle, and I'm going to draw the rectangle around the work like that. Don't worry about putting a measurement in, just click, and we're going to work with that. So when I press escape to get my cursor back, I'll be able to move this around if it hasn't already snapped to any component. So it's a blue rectangle at the moment. I'm going to use D for dimension, or select the dimension tool and select the edge of the letter and then the line, and then up into the clear space and press 2 and enter. That will give me a 2mm gap between my letter and the outline. I'm going to do the same here. So click the outline down to the top point of the letter and then press 2 and enter. Now, if you can't get that to connect, you can kind of just estimate, as long as you know that it's roughly 2 millimeters. So I've done that side. This side here will come over. You can see the M kind of like tapers down at the bottom a little bit, so we might need 3 millimeters here. And that looks pretty even across the border. The next thing I'm going to do is go to the Create menu, and then across to the Modify and Offset. Click the line that we've already placed in there and drag this line outwards. I'm going to go -3 to give me a 3 millimeter border. Once I've got that, I'm going to go Finish Sketch and we'll make this 3D. So we click the Extrude button and we only want this outside surface. I'm going to drag the arrow upwards, type in 3 and enter. So that's got my border now and I've got my letters. Next thing we need to do is connect all the letters. So looking at the top view, we're going to create another sketch. This time we're going to sketch on this top part of the border. And as long as these overlap, they will connect to the lines. So, I mean, I could draw this really accurately by clicking on this one and then come over and click on this one, but you're better to actually have some material that kind of overlaps. So I'm going to go through with my rectangle tool and do this. You can do it to all of them. So I just paused the video for a second and I did the rest, so you didn't have to watch me do it. I'm going to use the dimension tool, or press D, and then the only dimension on each of these that you need is the top. So I'm going to cut mine at 1.5 millimeters. If you went less than that, it would be too skinny. So I'm going to go over and do all of them. Rather than type it in each time, just click the last one that you put in. So select the line, place the measurement, click the last one you put in, press enter. I'll continue and do all of mine. Okay, so I've dimensioned all of my work now. There's another trick that you can use with these constraints here. So if I look at collinear, I think it is, there it is. Here's the bigger version of it. It means that like this line here, if I click that one first and then this one, it will line it up horizontally or vertically to make sure that they look symmetrical. I'm just doing it for the ones that I've done for the L's and the I's, just to hold them in place, level to each other. Now if I press escape just to get rid of my constraint and get my cursor back, I can move this and you can see they move together. Just make sure they're roughly in the middle. Not going to worry too much with this one. When you've got all them in, I'm going to click Finish Sketch and go to Extrude, and then I'm going to select all the components so they can join these together. Now if you select the middle, deselect it, because we only want the connecting pieces selected. And one more. So that's all my pieces selected. I'm going to click here Join. And I'm going to select -3 and press enter. You can see that's joined all of them together. I've got something going on with the eye here though, so I'm going to have to look at what's happening with that one. I had to resolve that by editing my sketch, so I double clicked on the sketch and moved this little area around so it connected a little bit better to the model. So that's my kind of connection points. Now the border is going to hold all the letters together. The last thing I'm going to do to this one is actually two things. I'm going to draw a key tag up the top. So from the top surface, sketch, zoom in on that. I'm going to draw a 7 millimeter circle. I'm going to extrude, and this one's going to be a -3 millimeter join. And then I'm going to sketch on the same point. and circle with a 4mm circle on the top. I like to use sketches and circles rather than the whole feature, because you know you're going to get it into the right position. And finally, with the fillet tool, I'm going to put 3mm fillets just on the edges here. It selects through the surfaces too. And I'm going to put some 2mm fillets on the inside. You can go around to fillet other pieces, but just make sure that you don't put it on the top surface. You want a nice clean cut line for the laser cutter, so if you've got rounded edges on like these edges, it's not going to work. So it's nice and square on all the top edges. Let's have a look at that from the top view. So that's ready for the laser cutter. So we would export this one, which I'll show you in the next video.